Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a little video I thought I'd do showing off the Mega Drive collection I've been building over the past couple of weeks. That's not it, that's a poster of Star Wars. So if we look down, on my bed, if I step back a bit you can see the whole collection as I pan to the right. Whoa! So let's go through some of them, shall we? Right, so top left, Joe Montana football, that came with the Mega Drive. The Mega Drive I bought came with a couple of these crappy sports games like Australian Rugby League and I can't read that on my screen. John Madden Football and EA Hockey. It also came with Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 there. And PGA Golf, which is really abysmal. So what else we got? I received Shining Force 2 down there the other day. That's a quality game. I had to import that from America. A couple of these I got from America. I'll explain them in a minute. Pugsy, very underrated. Brilliant puzzle platformer. Fantastic soundtrack. The physics in that game set the bar for later games such as Quake and the UDK engine. They all benefited from the physics used in that game, which is weird. It's quite an obscure game. Tasmania. I like the box art more than I like the game. The game's very clunky, very sort of but the box art's fantastic. I mean, look at the colours on that. And Taz Escape to Mars, which didn't come with a box. A lot better than Tasmania. And the thing about Tasmania is that the Mega Drive version of the game is very, very different to the Super Nintendo version. Super Nintendo version, you're just chasing kiwis down a road, trying to collect as many as you can to beat the level. This is more just a standard platformer, but it's really clunky and awkward and terrible. Dynamite Headdy there, classic Mega Drive game. You play as a puppet trying to save other puppets from a puppet. It's cool. I've done playthroughs of some of these. You can check them out on my channel if you wish. Wonder Boy, also done a playthrough of that. That's a brilliant little RPG, I love that game. The Lion King. I struggle on the second level, that damn ostrich ride. I mean, I've almost got the hang of it, but it confuses me. The two arrows that point upwards. Sonic 2. That's an alright game, but I hate the last boss. So you never see me doing a playthrough of that. Sonic 1. Love the box art to that. Mega Bomberman. Brilliant little game, but the final boss is far too difficult. Jungle Strike. Incredibly difficult game. You play as a helicopter. You start off in Washington DC, but then you actually get to the jungle area. And it's pretty good, but it's quite hard. Mega Turrican, received this the other day. You see that down there? Had to import that one. I could have got boxed Mega Drive versions, but they were a bit more expensive. That's the reason I got some of these unboxed. And Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 came with the Mega Drive, but Shining Force 2 and Shining Force 1 down there and Mega Turrican. And I'll be receiving Contra Hardcore tomorrow. Well, I should be. They'll come without boxes because the box versions go for like 2 or 3 times the price. And I don't want to pay that much for a 16-bit game, basically. Not that much for a collector. Rystar. What can I say about Rystar? It's a fantastic, colourful, brilliant platformer. Probably influenced Rayman to an extent. Love that game. I beat it the first day I got it, you know, without even getting the game over as well. Better than my playthrough. Aladdin, classic Disney Mega Drive game. Again, like, what was it? Tasmania over there. Very different game to a Super Nintendo counterpart. But everyone knows about that, right? Shining Force 1. Playing through that before I do Shining Force 2, even though it doesn't really matter. And you can see this big long thing on the bottom here. That is a game adapter. That lets me play certain American Mega Drive games, well, Genesis games, and Japanese games on my Mega Drive console. Some Genesis games work without it. Others, like Mega Turrican here, this Shining Force, they need the adapter. The reason I got the Genesis version is because they're cheaper, basically. And they do run 17% slower on a Mega Drive console, but it's not really that noticeable, to be honest. Mr. Nuts, it's quite an obscure little platformer. You play as a squirrel. It's a surprisingly difficult game. You'd think, oh, a little cute squirrel platformer, that's going to be for children. Well, maybe it is, but some of it's quite dark, and it's quite challenging. I wonder if that had any influence on Conker's Bad Fur Day. World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, a co-op Disney game where you can be Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. Platformer. It's pretty decent, but it's way too short and way too easy, to be honest. They could have added an extra 5 levels or something, just, I don't know, just make it a bit more hard. Or maybe I should just play it on hard. I've already talked about that crappy golf. Came with the console. Shinobi 3. From the reviews and from what I've watched of that, I thought it'd be a lot better than it was, but it was quite clunky, and it wasn't that solid. It was a bit rubbishy, to be honest, I thought. I didn't think it was the absolute amazing top 10 classic that a lot of people say it was. I actually prefer Revenge of Shinobi, which is on this Mega Games 2 compilation here, also featuring Streets of Rage and Golden Axe. That was a bargain. Got that for like, whoa, I don't know. Actually, I think I might have spent a tenner on that. But yeah, that's good for those 3 awesome games. Top games. And Mega Games 1 there, featuring Super Hang-On, Columns, and World Cup Italia 90. 2 out of 3 of those games are fantastic. World Cup Italia 90 is abysmal. I've already mentioned, well, I haven't, but Columns is like Tetris, but way easier. And it is easier because I reached the highest level of 199 the other day quite comfortably, and it wouldn't let me go any higher. So yeah, that's my Mega Drive collection so far. I am waiting on Contra Hardcore to show up in the post. I'm also trying to get Castlevania Bloodlines. That's pricey, to say the least. And the very rare Alien Soldier, which goes for £50 on Amazon and hundreds on eBay. I'm trying to... One day some old granny's going to find it in her attic and put it on for like £5, and I'll just happen to get it before anyone else. That's what I'm betting on. So, finally, if we go over to here, to my desk, got some PS4 games there, no one cares about those. The Mega Drive. Fantastic bit of kit. Love it. And that's my collection so far.